Hey, I'm here with a tip on actually choosing a bank. There's been a lot of customers coming in talking about how they're upset with their bank, OD chart or overdraft charges, NSF fees, things like that. They all add up, and it hurts. It hurts the pocket. It lessens the money in our bank account, and so all of that plays a big part in why people are unhappy with their banks. So when you're choosing your new bank or choosing to get to a different banking institution, um, you just want to choose the right bank that fits your needs. So nowadays, it's good to have a bank that has online access. Now, most of them already do have online access. A few little ones don't. But also, it's nice because you're able to get to them on your smartphones, not just a computer, but anywhere where you have internet connection. Those are great. They also do text messaging to let you know if you have activity in your account, if you've reached below a certain level, maybe if you have a high deposit or even a high recent transaction where they debited your account for a high amount. Those kind of alerts are helpful to you so that way you can stay on top of your finances. Also, you want to understand policies. Now, banks are kind of charging now for things that used to be free. So you want to make sure how much they charge and what they're charging for. Also, remember that checking accounts don't earn you any interest, so it might be nice if you could open up a savings account also. Um, there's a lot of banks that where you have a savings and a checking account, they'll give you some type of overdraft protection. So you can make sure that see if your bank does that. Also, make sure if they charge a certain amount to have that service, and understand the consequences if you fall behind on some of the requirements that they have. It's just find out what they'll do to you. Some banks I know they let things go up to a certain amount of transactions. On average, banks are charging $34 overdraft fees per transaction. So just because you go over by 25 bucks on a certain transaction doesn't mean that they're not going to let you complete the transaction. Instead, they'll go ahead and pay that, but also put you in the hole $34 for that transaction. And they'll keep that going. So you can see how that can add up really quick. Um, some banks also charge to have checking accounts, so you want to make sure um, what you can do to get around that. And a lot of times to get around that, they'll ask that you have direct deposit maybe, or have another savings account also. The big thing that we've been getting into lately though was the overdraft fees. A lot of the major banks are charging just a lot, and it's actually earned the banks billions of dollars because of these overdraft fees within the last year or two. So that's something to look out for. And if we have any other tips, we'll make sure we share them with you. We'll see you next time.